everyone, Darkside Phil here, and welcome to the weekend preview for December 11th, 2011. And as always, we're going to review what I did previously this week. We're going to preview what I'm planning on doing over the course of this next week, and this will be a good weekend preview video for those who missed out on stuff this past week, because a lot happened, including some surprise announcements that we didn't plan that we were going to do. And also this coming week there's a lot of stuff variety-wise with gaming, as opposed to the past couple of weeks it's been a little bit just the same old stuff. But anyway, let's get into it. So, first of all, this past week, it was pretty interesting because we actually had a couple games which we've been playing for quite a while. Okay, we've been playing Zelda Skyward Sword and Skyrim, Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. And after coming back from my sickness, as you know, the previous week to that I actually had a pretty bad cold, and it took me about a week to shake it. I was left with these two games, which were really long games that I needed to continue to play in order to get to my Game of the Year awards. So this past week primarily has been mostly about playing either Zelda Skyward Sword or Skyrim, and I had a lot of fun doing it. From what I can see, I've got about 3 dungeons left in Zelda, which probably means after maybe another 3 to 4 days of playing Zelda, I'll finally beat it. And in Skyrim, I'm not even close to being able to being at the end of that game. It's so freaking long, there's so much content, I'm having so much fun, that I'm taking my time, and I'm just nowhere close to beating Skyrim yet, okay? In addition to doing those playthroughs over the past week, also John Rambo came over a couple times. The first time he came over, we actually did some WWE 12 co-op gameplay with Howard as well. Howard was here on Tuesday of this previous week, and we did some matches with all 3 of us involved in them. Some of us we were teaming up against the computer, some of them was like a free-for-all. And then after that, John Rambo and I actually simulated our own WWE pay-per-view with some of the craziest matches you'll ever think of, like a Divas Inferno match, it's the world's first. A triple threat big man match in a TLC setting. A steel cage match between Joker, Sting, and the Amazing Spider-Man. I mean, it's absolutely crazy the stuff you can do with WWE 12 and the created wrestlers. So we had a ball doing that stuff. Then, on Saturday when John came over, we filmed another episode of Smart Guys, and then we actually began our Halo Anniversary co-op playthrough, which we're having a lot of fun with. I think it's pretty damn funny, some of the crazy funny stuff that's happening in this playthrough. So check that out if you haven't seen it. And in addition to all of this stuff, we finally made the announcement, the big announcement of what we're going to be presenting at MagFest as part of our panel is Project 7 has returned. So if you haven't heard about it, if you don't know what I'm talking about, definitely check out the MagFest announcement trailer. And also earlier today, I put out a Project 7 FAQ, a frequently asked questions video that pretty much answers all of your questions that you could possibly have about Project 7, what it is, what it's going to be. So check out those 2 videos. There will be more information regarding Project 7 as we get closer to MagFest, okay? So that was this past week. Pretty huge week for us because of the announcement of Project 7 returning. You know, our very first project outside of just me basically doing playthroughs or game reviews, something that we're trying to do a comedy series. I mean, let's be honest, you watch our footage not only for the gameplay, but because it's entertaining, because you like to laugh. A lot of the footage, the candid footage that I've done with Howard and John has been hilarious, like us making the joysticks last year, the trips we've been on, people love it. So taking that humor and translating it into a comedy series just makes sense. So that's what we're going to be trying to do with Project 7. Okay, so today I uploaded that Project 7 FAQ, as I said, and then also I have now re-uploaded the original 3 Project 7 related videos from my Darkside Phil channel to the DSPGaming channel, and I'm putting all the Project 7 footage into one playlist for you to find here on DSPGaming, so there's no confusion about the order, which one should I watch, what order should you watch, and it's all in one place, and there's no crazy, oh, I have to go to this channel to see this one, but which one was the first one, and then I have to go over here to see the revival, and then I have to see here to see the trailer. I'm going to put it all in one playlist for you, so it's going to be very easy to follow, okay? Alright, so this week, what's coming up? It's going to be another exciting week for a lot of reasons. Obviously, I still have to play Zelda, I still have to play Skyrim. So I'm going to really have a focus on Zelda, I think, and see how far I can get. Hopefully, I'm hoping that I can maybe beat Zelda at some point in this coming week. So Monday will be purely Zelda Skyward Sword. On Tuesday, we have 3 DLCs coming out, all of which seem interesting to me. Number 1, you've got the Gears of War 3, I think it's called like something about Ram, who was like one of the bosses, or the boss from Gears of War 1. It's a story-based DLC for Gears of War 3. I'm going to be checking that out, okay? So that's number 1. Number 2 is another story-based DLC, this time for Duke Nukem Forever. And I haven't played Duke Nukem Forever in quite some time. I think this will be a pretty cool DLC. And then last but not least, there's Battlefield 3 has its first DLC pack called Return to Karkland. So we have 3 freaking DLCs to play with this week. I don't want to for sure say which ones I'll be doing this week, okay? I'm definitely going to get to all 3 of them at some point, let's put it that way. I don't know how long they are. For example, I don't know how long the Gears of War 3 DLC, how long the Duke Nukem DLC is going to be. But what I plan to do is probably do 1, if not more, of the DLCs on Tuesday, and continue that until Wednesday, and then at the end of Wednesday, see how far we've gotten with them, if I've beaten them all, if I've put in enough time into the new Battlefield 3 DLC maps, for example, that I feel like I've played enough of the game, or what. So, DLC week, pretty much, is going to be what this week is all about. Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm definitely playing DLC footage. I may go back to Zelda on Thursday or Friday, because again, I know another 3 to 4 days I'm going to be beating Zelda. Finally, I'll be able to review it, and I know that I'll have enough gameplay of at least Skyrim already. I have enough gameplay to review the game, even though I'm not even anywhere near this, beating the story. I've played enough of the game to know that it's a damn good game. So, really, what I would like to do is play Zelda, and when I'm not playing Zelda, do the DLC footage this weekend, okay? John Rambo is coming over on Saturday to do another episode of Smart Guys, and also to do some more co-op gameplay. We're going to try to beat Halo Anniversary, and then also we're going to possibly simulate the upcoming TLC pay-per-view for WWE in WWE 12. Like, actually simulate the matches in the game, and then do commentary over it, so that we could basically have our versions of the matches and see who wins and see what we think about, you know, how the game plays these matches out. And so it's gonna be interesting. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. So we're gonna try to do that if we have time. We're gonna see. And then on Sunday, obviously, I'll probably be returning to either Zelda if I haven't beaten it yet. If not, maybe play one of the more of the DLCs. And that's it for this week. So really, this week the focus is on Zelda and the DLCs, okay, and the co-op gameplay when John comes over. And then starting next week, I'm going to start to finally focus on the year-end videos. So speaking of that now, this is basically going to be your last week, your last chance to vote on my forums, thekingofhate.com. There is a thread, DSP's playthroughs. If you go into that thread, you're going to actually find, excuse me, you're going to actually find an area where you can vote, 3 threads where you can vote on your choices for the funniest moments of 2011. I'm going to probably close off the voting by the end of this week, so that way I can tally up the votes and I can begin to work on those year-end videos. That'll be the first set of videos coming out, the top 10 fan-voted funniest moments. Then I'm probably going to come out with my DSP's picks for the best musical remixes of 2011. And then finally we'll close it off with my best games of the year. Now originally I was thinking for my Game of the Year series this year, I was going to possibly do like a versus series where it'll be one game against another game and see who beats it and then it moves on to the next round. But I'm thinking this year I may just go the traditional route. Last year I did the top 20 games of the year, and although that was fun, it was a lot of time. It was very time consuming to make that many videos. And to be completely honest, out of all the games I played this year, I don't know if I really thought that 20 of them even deserve like an award as being one of the best. I think I'm really going to just do a top 10 series of my best games of the year, and that'll be it to close off the year, and it'll probably continue from that last week of December into, you know, the first week of January, leading up until we attend MagFest in Maryland. That weekend, I believe it's the 6th, 7th, and 8th of January, if not even earlier. We may even be there on Thursday, which might be the 5th. So, alright, so that's it for the weekend preview. That's the rough idea of what's coming up. So expect Zelda gameplay, 3 DLCs, and co-op gameplay with John this week, and then next week more of a focus, finally, on the year-end videos. I'm going to start working on them. So again, if you want to vote for the funniest moments, you have to do it this week. I urge you, head over to thekingofhate.com. 2 more quick things. Follow me on Twitter. I haven't mentioned it in a while, a couple weeks, so I just want to let you know. Please follow me on Twitter at TheyCallMeDSP. I'm not one of these people who uses Twitter every 5 minutes for every little thing that's unimportant on the planet. I don't complain about how the toilet paper is too rough at the local, fast food joint. I only tweet about YouTube, gaming, these kind of topics, and it's all usually video related, content related. So if you're a fan of mine, if you like my videos, you're going to want to follow me on Twitter. Last but not least, I have created a new section on my forums, okay, for Project 7 specifically, because I know a lot of people now are stirring up conversation about Project 7. There's going to be a lot more as we approach MagFest, as other things start to develop, like when we finally get the final time when our panel is, when the t-shirts show up, all this stuff people are going to want to talk about. And so I've created a section on my forums just for Project 7. If you just go to my forums, kingoffaith.com forums, you'll see there's a bunch of sections. One's called DSP's Playthroughs, one's called DSP's P.O. Box. There is a section there now for Project 7 discussion. Head over there if you want to chat it up about Project 7, questions about Project 7, anything you want to talk about Project 7, it's now free for you to post and talk about on those forums. So, alright, that's it. Unfortunately, no gameplay today. Today was a busy day for me between making the Project 7 fact video. I actually just spent a few hours with my parents doing some personal stuff, and it's just been a busy day. So no gameplay today, but you still got, a couple videos, the weekend preview and the Project 7 fact, and now the Project 7 videos have been re-uploaded to DSPGaming. But it's going to be a jam-packed week full of gameplay. I'm excited. I hope you are. Thanks a lot for watching the weekend preview, and I will see you guys for gameplay. Thanks a lot.